Asmongold is a guy on the internet. Fucking Asmongold, man. Nurgle Demon Prince Asmongold, the stinkiest of stinks, the pinkiest of pinks. Yuckity yuck yuck. Did a racism, or a xenophobia, depending on how you prefer to view it. That is pretty controversial, and it's making a lot of people go mask off. I'm gonna get into this, but basically, in summation, short. Asmongold is very much a guy on the internet, and he had a little gamer moment, and he didn't quite slur it up, didn't quite do the slurs, but he did all of the feelings behind the slur on main, which has created basically a situation that I call Mask Off Mondays, which is, I think, going to be the way of the world at the end of this election going forward for a few years. I think we're going to see crazy amounts of racism over the next couple years, regardless of whether or not Donald Trump wins. I think there's a lot of people that are sick of hiding it, and a lot of people that are kind of running out of backup room to retreat to. Killjoy, if you're editing that document, please make sure that you put in a spacer between things. Anyway, I can't watch that. Sorry, I have a Google Doc, and then I can see his little cursor going back and forth. Mask Off Mondays. Basically, I think what's going to happen going forward is X has kind of created a situation where there's full spillover between what you would like once upon a time called dark web racism, and modern day politics, right? I think that there's going to be politicians running on racist platforms soon. And I know you're saying in your mind, like, but they already are. And I'm like, no, not like that. I don't think, like, just, it's going to be basically dog whistles are over very soon. Not forever, but there's going to be a thing. I think it's going to be really like Elon Musk's last gasp of shit. And people were talking about this the other day, about how kind of like, how crazy often you see the N-word on Twitter, on X, or whatever the fuck you want to call it. And it's fucking nuts. And I think that people are getting sick of having to do dog whistles, because I think that there's a lot of people that have bought into the silent majority shit and are starting to believe that there are a lot of racists out there, which there really aren't. There's a lot of people that have racism in their hearts, okay? Probably most people to some degree have a level of bigotry here or there. It is what it is. But the amount of people out there that are actual, like, yeah, I want to fucking burn crosses in fucking black people's front yards and fucking throw bricks at little kids' heads on the way to school. That type of racism is kind of a rarity. And it used to be socially acceptable in the fucking 1960s and whatnot. And has since become something that is less and less and less gauche. But I think right now we're poised to see a real reemergence of it. You're already seeing with the fucking crazy anti-Semitism, both from, like, on the leftist, pro-left activists, whatever, around Palestine, but a lot of it's coming from Republicans. Like, a lot of it's coming from very notable, very well-placed Republican advocates. And Donald Trump supporters and conservatives. Fucking Candace Owens is literally JQing on Maine. And I think we're going to see more of this going forward, because X is basically telling you that you can say anything on X. That's what it is. And you sort of passed the point. You've sort of passed the point of where people can lose anything anymore. And so there's just no reason to not, like, quadruple down. I think we're, somebody's saying, like, yeah, they've been trying to bring the R word back for the last 2 years, which is weird. I think that's going to blow up in a lot of people's faces. There's a lot of people, particularly in the fucking drama community, that are like, oh, fuck, I can't believe this guy was stupid enough to say all this stuff back in the day. Wow, what a fucking idiot. Don't you remember when you used to say all of these slurs? And, like, dude, you're doing it right now. There's no fucking way. There's no fucking way it comes back full bore. Because already in polite society, you can't say that fucking word. right? Normal people that are off the fucking internet. You can't do it. It's going to take one fucking generation of backlashers. And all the people that are saying the R slur are the ones that are most sensitive to being canceled. They're the ones that fucking piss their pants when someone's like, you're being a bigot. I'm not being a bigot. I'm a fucking free speech used to be. I'm fucking losing their goddamn minds. I think that's just going to blow up in people's faces. But I think really what we're going to see soon is a sort of mass exodus. It's not going to last long. I think it's going to destroy people's lives and careers like crazy. I think it's going to blow up in their fucking faces like you wouldn't believe. Because we're seeing this with the Asmongold thing. Basically what happened is Asmongold said some crazy shit about Palestine. As a matter of fact, we'll just go ahead and play that right now real quick. Here's this video.
If you want to consider a genocide as a systematic killing of a group of people, they have genocide built into Sharia law right now. So no, I'm not going to cry a fucking river when people who have genocide that's baked into their laws are getting genocided. I don't give a fuck. They're terrible people. It's not even a question. It's crazy that people don't see it that way. They'd be doing the same thing.
The fucking, like, Skyrim tavern music in the background is nuts. Also, I have no idea what he's looking at right here. It's fucking... what does this Chinese shit say? You have not done anything wrong by posting your artwork. Your creative vision has merely attracted the attention of some bad actors on this platform who will seek to silence you because your creative vision does not agree with their standards. Attention, Japanese artists. Oh, is this like fucking... is this lolly shit? The Japanese community stood their ground. They're going to.
And how much did they kill? As many as they can. They're not able to kill as many people as Israel because they don't have as many bombs and as many weapons. But if they did, they'd be doing the same thing. That's it. Just takes enough. That's right. These people are not your allies. They are not the same as us. They come from an inferior culture that is horrible. It kills people for their identity, and it is directly antithetical to everything Western values stand for, and it is an inferior culture in all ways. It is.
Someone said just say the word. Like, no, I don't do that. I'm better than you if you say that word. Understand that. I'm better than you. That's the argument. If you go around saying the R slur, understand you're inferior to me. That's what it is. You're not built like I am. You're weak. You're a half breed. Half formed Quasimodo. If you have to fucking say the R slur to insult someone, just start fucking stabbing yourself in the fucking face like the little fucking dipshit that you are. You know what I mean? It just fucking come up with a better insult. There's so many good insults out there. You can just make shit up about people and just say crazy stuff. It's intellectually lazy. It's so lame. It's so fucking lame, dude. Like you gotta say, I said the R slur. Dude, it's the most. I'm a rogue Reddit mod, bro. That's the fucking one thing I have with these fucking drama community fucking the fucking tits. Saying the fucking R slur all the time. Edgy boy, look at you. Oh. Edgy boy, there he goes. Oh, he's an edgy boy. He said the slur. There he is. Just know if you say it, you're fucking inferior to me. You just are. You just built fucking, you're built with half the parts. All these fucking loser fucks, bro. I swear to God, man. Wait, which one are we talking about? The N word that ends with an ER? No, no one said that. The R word. Xander Hall says it. Stop, idiot. Fucking moron. Loser. You're not cool. Bunch of 20-year-olds trying to be the safest fucking safe edgy they can, saying a fucking R slur all the time. Bro, just fucking give it up. Give it up. If you're saying the R slur and you're not saying every other fucking slur, you're a bitch, dude. You better be saying the fucking N word and the F slur. Say the whole the whole kit and caboodle. I don't do it because it's a thing of principle. You know what I mean? It's hard not to sometimes because I get a little fucking butt hurt. And then I just don't do it because I'm fucking built different. But if you're out there like, oh, you're a bit of a, you know what I mean? Dude, get the whole thing. Call somebody a fucking N-word. Call somebody an F slur. Say all the slurs. Come on, all you former iDubbbz failed us. Hey, then go. You have to follow the old iDubbbz rule. I want you to say all the slurs. I better hear them on main. What are you, afraid of TOS? You're just a pussy. Fuck off. That fucking weak shit. God damn. I hate the slippery slow bet. I'm less concerned with the use of the R slur at all. With the fact that they're using it like they have a daily quota. Yeah, dude, no, they just want to, I'm desperately trying to be edgy. But that's the thing with slurs is they make you fucking intellectually lazy. Like you just can't come up with good insults. That's the worst thing about listening to Destiny right now. Is Destiny's got 2 fucking insults he ever says. You fucking subhuman fuck. Or you're a fucking fucking R slur. Fucking, that's it. Basically, oh, you fucking R slur, subhuman fuck. Oh, you fucking subhuman fuck. You fucking subhuman. You fucking subhuman. Like, dude, there's so many what is this shit? I thought this was like the Nebraska Steve guy had like an entire fucking black book of good insults and shit. It's nothing coming from them. And then you fucking listen to dipshit fucking... All of his little orbiters, they sound exactly the fucking same because they just pick up shit from him like so much goddamn sticky tape. God damn it. Weak. I want all the slurs or none of them. All of them. At least he says the N-word on main, right? Destiny stands by it. Destiny says the N-word. Say it on your channel. Let me know where you stand. Come on, are you a slurs guy? Say all of them. Say all of them. Say the N-word for me. Dance, boy, dance.
Now. So no, I'm not going to cry a fucking river when people who have genocide that's baked into their laws are getting genocided. I don't give a fuck.
Okay, hold on.
If
so let me fucking we had to do applause right here. What is somebody? What's going on? I thought he doesn't say subhuman after getting banned. I keep hearing. I don't know if I like. Sometimes I feel like I read everything in Destiny's voice, so I might have just read it on X and then fucking heard it in my head. Use troglodyte, yeah, cave dweller. What is there an argument in here? I'm a little fucking brain cooked, but I wouldn't mind kind of maybe getting one. I don't know, with how hard the push for bigotry has been recently, to the reactionary pushback to that is going to be really intense. To any right-wingers viewing this, know that the next Arnita Sarkeesian will be on crack, and we'll see no effective pushback for a long time as the escalation keeps up, which are well. Chop, what did Chop say? Big one, harder. Yeah, dude, fucking saying fucking slurs is lame. Always has been. It's like you're like a little, like when I hear people say, I guess I'm almost 40 is what it is. When I hear people saying slurs on main, it just makes me feel like I'm, you know, have you ever been at a bar and someone has like their white trash kid around them and they're like, hey, say, like, and they try to get the kid fucking pepped up and he starts saying like whatever he can to sound hard. That's just what y'all sound like. It's fucking loser shit. It's all it is. You go ahead and say it. I'm not going to tell you can't say it. Really. I'm just saying when you do say it, you sound like a fucking prick. You sound like a fucking loser. The funniest part about it is when you're like, oh yeah, you guys say slurs? Yeah, you're fucking built, you're built wrong. If you say slurs, you're a fucking loser. And then they get fucking ass mad. Like you were supposed to like, no. You got to say it's cool. I'm edgy. I'm being an edgy boy. I'm being transgressive and funny. Stop saying that when I say slurs, it's not cool. I'm being canceled. Just don't fucking say slurs, bro. If you want to do it, go for it. If they don't kick you off the platform, it's fine, but you just sound like a fucking bitch. You just sound like you're too stupid to come up with a better fucking insult. That's the problem. You're built wrong. You're inferior to me. Like, just come up with something, say something that's fucking funny. You know what I mean? Or say some other slurs. Get them all out there. Get them the fuck all out there. Fucking goofies. Out of your fucking mind. The other weird thing about ours is that we basically unanimously decided it had been robbed of venom and stopped using it. Yeah, I think it's just the fucking people trying to be like, they're getting around to like, oh, I'm going to be shocking. I'm real edgy. Watch out, guys. I'm the edgiest kid on the block. I say the R slur. You get into an argument with me. I don't know if you know this, but I might bust out the R slur. Wow, I thought this guy get into an argument with Wonabox, and he busted out the Osler. I think he's a bit of an Osler myself. Like, dude. You know why you can say it and it doesn't get beeped? Because that's what you fucking are. That's what it is. It's fucking cringe, bro. You're just fucking cringe. You're all gonna turn into iDubbbz post Anissa. Understand that. He was saying fucking N-word F slur, and that was his goddamn catchphrase. It was his catchphrase. And then it fucking exploded. It literally robbed the man of his soul. His head changed shape. You remember when fucking iDubbbz had a different shaped fucking head? That's where you're going. Give me fucking 15 years from now, you guys are gonna have fucking kids, and they're all gonna talk about how fucking lame you are. Fucking loser fuck that my dad was, saying the R slur and shit all the time. Yeah, I'm really disappointed about my dad. I'm disgusted in my father. You know your kids that you're all talking about having are going to grow up and they're going to be on the internet and people are going to ask them about you saying the fucking R slur every 5 fucking seconds. Maybe you're going to have an edgy kid too. Because you're like, yeah, dude, it's really cool that my dad said the R slur. But you're also going to be the guy that raised a kid that's a fucking little pick-me fuck that goes around saying, it's really cool that my dad said the R slur. Stop saying that it wasn't cool that my dad said the R slur on the internet for money. Stop it. Stop it. You fucking cringe shit, bro. God damn. You tell us the Chud Logic's audience. Oh, they don't give a shit, bro. Chud Logic was watching me in a video, and one of the people in his audience was going on this. They wrote like a fucking 80 post fan fiction of me going to Thailand, which I've never been to Asia at all. Like all of Asia, the whole continent. But they wrote like a fucking like 80 post. I was watching him talk about me, and this guy was just like, yeah, I fucking know this guy. It's Tyler. He goes to Thailand and does sex tourism and stuff. Like, what in the fuck is going on? Like, it's just the wildest thing. Like, no one even paid attention or reacted to that guy. And he's just writing this fan fiction. And he's like, I saw him there while I was there. It's like, what do you mean? Do you go and do that? What the fuck? Chud Logic's audience is fucking cracked, dude. Cracked.
If you want to consider a genocide as a systematic killing of a group of people, they have genocide built into Sharia law right now. So no, I'm not going to cry a fucking river when people who have genocide that's baked into their laws are getting genocided.
Which is kind of a crazy thing. This is to hop in. Like, dude, if you're a Christian, we got the same shit, bro. So same fucking 3 religions. They're all Abrahamics, all right? You know, it's fucking starts with the Jew book, it goes to the Christian book, and then it goes to the fucking Muslim book, and they all do fan fiction going backward. Christians, we got some fucking crazy shit. We got some crazy shit in ours, and it's all got the genocide. And this is the word of God, okay? So it's like, you know, the same fucking thing. The book of laws and stuff. Every religion has some fucking like, hey, by the way, our religion's the only religion and you gotta fucking kill everybody else. All of them do. That's why you can just naturally not like religion, and it's a completely reasonable fucking standpoint to start with. Sharia law is like, first, as someone else already said it, it's Sharia means the law, so it's the law of the law, but it's, you know, whatever. Fuck, dude. It's the river, the Rhine River. Get fucked. You know what I mean? But Sharia is like crazy. Like even like most Muslims, if you're like, oh yeah, that guy follows like strict Sharia law, like, all right, like how strict? You know? It's like saying like, yeah, he abides by the 10 commandments. And you're like, well, how hard does he abide by the 10 commandments? Because it gets a little spooky in some of those. You know what I mean? Like, oh yeah, like the dude quotes Deuteronomy and shit all day and does all that stuff. Like, just religious zealotry is bad. It's fine. But there's nothing about, like, Sharia law that justifies you killing people's kids. There just really isn't. It's just not there. It's just not there at all. And like every goddamn religion has its own anti-that religion activists. If you look, Judaism's got shit like that. Fucking Christianity's got shit like that. Fucking all the other ones. So go find the Shintos and the Buddhists. I'm pretty sure they got some fucking nutso stuff there too.
I don't give a fuck. They're terrible people. It's not even a question. It's crazy that people don't see it that way. They'd be doing the same thing. And how much did they kill? As many as they can. They're not able to kill as many people as Israel because they don't have as many bombs and as many weapons. But if they did, they'd be doing the same thing. That's it. Just takes enough. That's right. These people are not your allies. They are not the same as us. They come from an inferior culture that is horrible. It kills people for their identity, and it is directly antithetical to everything Western values stand for, and it is an inferior culture in all ways.
Bro.
It is that simple. No, I don't feel bad for them. I don't feel sorry for them. I don't care. I don't support them.
Bro, that's a good old fashioned Hitler speech. I mean, like, literally. That shit, like, this is what we were talking about, by the way. This is the speech he gave that turned into the Asmongold blowing up thing. So I got distracted about the slur discourse yet again for the 4 millionth time. But yeah, he's a fucking... That's just a good old fashioned... That's just a good old fashioned Nazi speech. Like, literally almost to the point of like, bro, are you fucking listening to Mein Kampf on audiobook here and there? Like maybe while you're asleep, or is that shit just getting beamed into your brain? Because you hit the fucking peak of it. Now there's been a bunch of fucking pushback against him, which is crazy. But more to the point, and this goes into my, like, it's about to be Mask Off Monday on fucking X here, kind of going forward. There's a lot of people that came out in support of him. Obviously, there's going to be some, but there's a ton of people like, yeah, we need to say this, and we need to say this stuff more. Are some of them fucking surprisingly Semitic? Yes. Yeah. There's a non-zero amount of Jewish people, pro-Israel Zionist people who are like, damn, that fucking Hitler speech kind of cracked right there, which is not surprising at all. His mentality towards this is kind of like the biggest proof that this shit's a genocide. Because it really just is. That's genocide mentality. Like, literally, yeah, we should fucking obliterate them because they don't need to live, and like their existence is antithetical to our existence. That's it. It's just literally when you have somebody like Asmongold have to distill the talking points that he hears about Israel Palestine down to to the basic substance, right? He doesn't have to add all the fucking nuance and shit that other people care to add. He just literally describes, he's like, yeah, my opinion is this. And he just said all of the quiet parts as loud as you could, which is the same shit that fucking Ben Shapiro has been saying for fucking years. He was the one that brought out the classic line of Palestinians are dogs that like to live and wallow in their own muck and filth, and they live in raw sewage and shit. That's what it is. Like, yeah, fucking Israel is it's a pro-genocide state. It has to be. When you create an ethno-state, which is what it is, you have to be a Jewish person. You have to be a Jewish person to have, a valuable seat at the table in fucking Israel. Like, oh no, sorry, there's like 2 or 3 seats you can get. Yeah, shut the fuck up. Adults are talking, okay? Don't try to sell me your fucking, don't try to fucking used auto car sales me whatever fucking bullshit you believe. When you got a fucking Jew Star of David on your flag, that's like, oh, okay, yeah, that's it. So it's a Jewish ethno-state. Yeah. When you have an ethno-state, there's really one way to keep it an ethno-state. You get rid of the other ethnicities. And in the business, we call that a fucking genocide. It's a fucking ethnic cleansing. What about all the other countries that have their religious symbol on there? Well, I mean, think about it. That's how where you can't have ethno-states. You can't have them. If your ethnicity already existed in the area, like from fucking antiquity, you know what I mean? You're the Swiss or whatever, and you got a little cross on your flag, sure. But a lot of those fucking crosses, You know, Christianity didn't start in Europe. I'll just say it that way. Christianity didn't start in Europe by a fucking site. When it turned Christian like that, it wasn't because everyone was just like, you know what, I want to do this from now on. Sounds cool. You know, I just thought it through and decided, no, did a little genocide. Did a little ethnic cleansing here and there. The Europeans have done ethnic cleansings over religion constantly. I mean, dude, that's what the fucking, those goddamn Catholic Christian wars in Britain were basically gonna be that at any given fucking second, but they managed to chill a little bit here and there. That's just what's gonna happen if you have an ethno-state. And an ethno-state includes whatever religion that runs the state is. When you start having fucking inquisitions and fucking pogroms and mass executions of certain ethnicities, yeah, it's naturally gonna happen. Check docs for OTK's co-founder's reaction to Asmon. Yes. The Asmongold thing, he has apologized, obviously. He went and did a 3-hour long, fuck watching that, stream with Hassan where he does not seem, I kind of skipped through it. It doesn't seem like he's like contrite or anything. Some people were telling me, or not telling me, no one told me shit. I think I saw someone's reaction to it. I think that someone was Nick the Oreo. It said it was like if JonTron... if it was like watching the JonTron debate, you know, with Destiny, if Destiny had like severe brain damage before it started. All right. Christianity started in America. It's actually true. We invented Christianity. And we scribbled the secrets down on some gold plates, right? That's how it works. Okay, what's up with the show notes? Why is this not working? Oh my God. You guys are making me lose. You guys are killing me. Killing me. 20 minutes? Fuck that. Absolutely not. Tips Out. Below are my personal thoughts. Okay, yeah. I already read this. This is a guy named Tips Out, who is a Syrian American immigrant, I guess. He's one of the Starforge PC guys. So this is kind of what we're going into next. Is that the Asmongold thing kind of went in an interesting direction after the fact, which is Asmongold apologized at all, which was people were accusing him of like, hey, you're breaking your one rule, which is never apologize. And what they really meant was never apologize, you know, when it's about like ladies or something. I don't fucking know. But he has lost support from people. They've lost sponsors from the Starforge PCs thing. There's been a pretty significant reaction to this because despite how badly we treat Muslims, they're actually, and people of Arab descent, they're actually kind of fucking everywhere. Before 9/11 and we decided to adopt a new type of racism in America, Arabs were considered white people. There's literally no distinction drawn between Arab and white. It was like Arab, white, Hispanic. Like the same thing. And then like black and Asian. The reason I bring that up is just I feel like sometimes people lose track of who's around them. And so, Tips Out is this guy. I read this whole thing yesterday. I'm not going to read it again because it's very, very long. But he shared his, basically his, not his coming to it, but his parents coming to America story. They fled from Syria during a bad time then. And then obviously he had to grow up during September 11th, and that was horrible. So anti-Muslim bigotry is like a serious fucking thing in America, obviously. And yeah, pro-Israel voices have always tried to stoke that. They literally just have. Like, I was thinking about this. It was something that I heard at the start of the Iraq war when we were going into attack. At first, we used to say the same thing, and then we bailed on that line of the like, yeah, we're bombing these areas, but these people are they're using. We used to say the same thing about the Iraqis, that they're using like human shields and blah 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 blah, and like, but we still have to hit this like area. I think we were taking fucking way too many cues from Israelis at the start of the Iraq invasion and the Afghanistan invasion. I think we have way too much Israeli influence on our government and on our operational setup, right? Maybe I don't know if it's us doing it to them and making them fuck up and lose all their fights. Okay, sure. But like I was thinking about that, and like I remembered that Like, oh, we used to say that. And then by the time I was in, that was not an excuse at all. They were like, no, you don't commit war crimes. You better be sure as shit. Like, literally, if you are not looking at the guy that's shooting you and you aren't shooting specifically him, then you don't hit the hospital. You just leave the hospital alone. What do we do? The guy's in the hospital shooting at us. You walk away. What? Yeah, you walk away. Well, that's like, we're not winning. Like, yeah, okay. Well, you don't fucking blow up the hospital. You just leave. But what will we accomplish? Well, you won't fucking blow up a hospital, which is more important than anything else. Fucking think about it. Think about it later. And that was a super common thing back then. And this is kind of what the guy talks about, though. Is this anti-Muslim bigotry? It's just fucking nuts. And it is coming back. And it is being directly intentionally stoked by pro-Zion voices. And I don't give a fuck. If you feel bad about that, I don't know what to tell you. But, like, most Americans don't have much of an opinion on people that aren't immediately around them until you start fucking busting that rhetoric out. God, dude, fucking, I'm absolutely fevered up. I'm the fevery fever boy. God damn. And So this guy tips out. He made a very beautiful comment about it, and he is OTK Network, Starforge PCs, Mythic Talent. Mythic is, I think, is that Charlie and all them, right? Yeah, the OTK Network, I guess, has Asmongold on it or something. I don't know. I don't know anything about all these other fucking people. But either way, a bunch of these people kind of taking a step back from Starforge, PCs, from... I saw someone, like, literally broke there. They're like, I can't fucking work with Starforge, fucking... Asmongold's a little crazy, but, like, this fucking racism that's happened recently is too much. And I guess so he decided to apologize to some degree. And so we have this.
Hey guys, I wanted to talk to you all about what
it.
my reason was for getting suspended on Twitch and also what my plans are.
Oh yeah, and of course he got suspended. It wasn't particularly bad. It's not like a horrible suspension. I mean, it's a suspension, but it's for 2 weeks and it's on one of his 2 channels. I think it's on the one that he goes on more, but it's like not that big of a fucking deal.
Going forward, I'm going to try and structure this video into 2 parts, where the first part is going to be me talking about the Twitch suspension, the second part is going to be talking about myself. And the first thing I want to start off with is something that
this camera is foggy because of that's his fault. That's not my
it's not a little bit insincere because of how ridiculous this is, but I really mean it. And if you listen to the whole video, I hope you can see why. Everybody who's come and spoken out and talked to me and said stuff about me, aside from the, oh, you should kill yourself or something like that, I want to say that I really appreciate you. And I think this has been something that's a long time coming.
Tyler, why are almost all American atheists just former Catholics? What denomination has more atheists? I don't even know how you would know that or figure that out. It's like a weird... Well, I'll tell you right now, there's a lot of fucking atheists in Catholicism, because Catholicism is just kind of like way too fucking, like, it feels like the last religion. It really does. It has an apocalypticness to it. Where if you grow up in Catholicism, like joining another weaker, like thinner strand of Christianity is kind of like personally offensive. I could not imagine somebody converting to like Methodist from Catholic, right? It's like a surrender conversion. I know people do. But usually like, it's like, yeah, you're either a Catholic or you're just done with fucking religion, because Catholicism is also kind of like full of pedophiles, right? That run it. And so the big pedophile scandal happened in Catholicism, like in the early 2000s. It really fucking blew up. And so people were just like, I'm good on it. So you just have a shit ton of atheists coming from Catholicism. It's also very holistic. It's like a whole bundle. Like if you grow up in a Catholic area, like I did, I grew up in Cincinnati, which is a really Catholic fucking town. You have like Catholic schools and shit, right? So like I went to a Catholic school. So like my church was also like where I fucking went to school at. Like my parents would go on Sunday and then like you go to the fucking, it's the whole thing. And then they fuck some of them kids. Like the priest said, they fuck some of them kids. So it's like really like compounding how much people are like, fuck this. I think a lot of the other Christian denominations are like softer. You can kind of like make shit up. So like if you're like an evangelical, you can kind of just invent a new god, you know? You're just like you can be a fucking Buddhist and just pretend that Buddha is Jesus, and then you're still like a Christian if you're a fucking evangelical. They believe in gibberish. Evangelical Christians are gibberish Christians. They make shit up. They misread the Bible. They have no real convening authority. They're insane. They're like literal psychos that just like touch a Bible and flip to a page and say like, this says I can do whatever I want. And so if you're that kind of Christian, you know, there's nothing to really leave, because there's no traditions in evangelical Christianity. You know, you're not leaving a church. You're just like fucking leaving whatever gibberish fucking crew you were with. And then eventually you might find another one. But like, that's why those kind of people are always Christians kind of like forever. Because they're just like, oh, well, I just need someone to read the book a little different. Whereas with Catholics, it's like, okay, so no matter what, this is really the end state of any religion, is dominating people's development from birth to graduating from like you're supposed to go to a religious high school. And then like you got priests and shit, they wear robes, they run stuff, they collect fucking religion tax and shit. And then when you see that, you're like, okay, that's the fucking end state. There's no like, okay, I'm gonna look at one of these other goofball fuck religions. You know what I mean? And like, are you guys gonna do this better? Because I know you're not giving me fucking, you know, 1,000 years of like musical and art traditional history, or music and art history and shit. You're not about to fucking like bring me Botticelli's. You don't have a fucking whole like subsection of the earth I can go visit and see the like plundered treasures of our literal crusades. What do you got? Like, oh, you can just go to a little wooden box and hate gay people. Like, all right, well, fuck that. What is that weak shit? Every time you run into Christians, it's just the weakest fucking most milquetoast bullshit fucking religious shit. I can't take it seriously. That's why it drives me fucking nuts when people are like, yeah, I'm a Christian and I love Western traditions. Like, well, then maybe you should be a fucking Catholic. Because why you can't be all fucking excited about the shit that the Catholics paid to get made, all right, with stolen fucking blood gold from numerous countries that we slaughtered and smallpoxed our way through, and then just be like, oh no, it happened because God's great. No, it happened because Catholics are fucking sociopaths. We fucking min-maxed our religion across the fucking earth, and it still turned into the worst possible thing. Literally the most min-maxed fucking religion out there. Just get rid of it. Just stop. So when you hit the fucking like, when you hit the ripcord pull point as a Catholic, you're like, all right, yeah, I'm done. People are like, you're gonna go to hell. Like, yeah, probably. I don't know. Or maybe Jesus will be there, and I'll be like, hey. And then he'll be like, yeah, it's cool, man. You know, it is what it is. Did you rape anybody? No? All right, yeah, you're good. That's kind of like where it ends up. I couldn't imagine. You got to downgrade so bad. Imagine going to a Catholic church. It's big, gigantic fucking stained glass windows. Everyone's like literally my fuck. You can see the fucking 12 stages of your own God, his fucking like body on earth being killed by being hung on a cross. Those are just on the walls. Your dead God is hanging on a fucking crucifix above an altar where some guy, if you're lucky, is gibbering in a dead language, trying to fucking feed you his transubstantiated blood and fucking flesh. And then what are you gonna go somewhere where they're like, oh, Jesus loves me, this I know, because the Bible tells me so. They talk about like taxes and fucking politics and shit. Like, no, man, you gotta be imagining the glories of a 12th crusade, like, or no religion. Min-max. Either you give me another crusade, this one to the fucking to the furthest edge of Asia, or nothing, right? You got more. I need in hoc signo vinces. People fucking fever dream hallucinating God's hands and fucking eyes in the sky and dancing suns in Fatima. I need fucking people being flayed alive as saints. Otherwise, bullshit. You think fucking Methodists could have fucking repelled Saracens? Do you think fucking Protestants could have taken Akka? Do you think Baptists could have stormed Tyr? No. Only us. Only we're the only ones that are that crazy. And after all that, what does it turn into? Just fucking pedophile elementary schools, okay? Religion's stupid. Just don't do it. God damn it.
And I actually think that this is something that not only I deserved, but it's also...
Dude, I'm not going to remember saying any of this. I really can't hammer home. I think I have a fever still of over 100 degrees. It was 100.4 last night. I might legitimately be cooked ATM bros.
Something that I needed. And I want to talk about what the reason for that is, but I want to start off and just make sure that that's actually very clear. So a couple of days ago, I made some comments about Palestine and also about Hamas and, some just general, basically opinions that were trivializing the genocide that's happening there. And I don't really want to mince words or try to I wasn't justifying or, promoting it. I said something about it that was disgusting. I said that I didn't care about innocent people getting killed by another force, by anything. And I think that that's a horrible, disgusting, mean-spirited thing to say. And I don't necessarily think that it was really racist, really, but when I'm using language like Palestinians or the people there, rather than what my real language was, I've always been very outspoken and very against religious extremism, and I still am. I think that any religion and any way of thinking that's going to cause you to put other people in kind of positions below you as
I don't know why, but goddamn, Tyler, is probably the best way to get someone to convert to Catholicism. If you do, they're gonna try to fuck your kid, so don't do it. The cool shit is all the fucking whatever arts and culture and all that shit. The bad thing is none of that cool shit happens anymore, and they will try to fuck your kid, so don't join the Catholic Church. They will try to fuck your kid, and then they will lie about it and move the priest somewhere the fuck else. So don't join the Catholic Church. Don't do it. It's good. May all Catholic churches in America turn into delicious Mexican food places.
Gay people, women, people with disabilities, anything like that. I think that that's a really bad position to have, and I really don't like that. And I think that my problem and my fault here was that I was making a criticism of religious extremism, and I made no effort, and I feel like almost, I've rewatched the clip, right, or a number of the clips, and it's I've almost made an effort not to draw a distinction between the two things. I think that a lot of us here can easily say that we're against religious extremism, and I am, but whenever I categorize everybody in the area as this, group, then I'm the asshole. And I was the asshole. I had a lot of you guys tell me that. And it's taken me, this is what's so crazy about it, is that I think this has been going on now for 2 years. I think that I've been slowly devolving into the most mean-spirited, I don't really even know what the word is for it. Just the most mean-spirited, rude, nasty, just callous, psychopathic version of myself. I think that I've been...
Yeah, I mean, I agree. I think Asmongold is a piece of shit. As far as I've known him, Asmongold has horrible, god-awful takes. People remember a better time. I keep hearing this. The people are I remember a better time with Asmongold when it was a better time. He was funnier and he gave these commentaries and shit, but my dude, it has to be wearing on you. It can be irritating having people mass send you shit. People do it to me now. I always knew it was going to happen. So I was fucking based. I just turn it off. Because I can go outside. Asmongold, I guess, can't. But the thing is at a certain point, if you just start regurgitating racist fucking talking points, which is what that was. That they have an inferior culture, so I don't mind if they get fucking exterminated off the earth. I mean, hey, that's kind of what that is, buddy. That's kind of what that is. It does happen. People say some crazy shit here and there. But even if you didn't mean that specifically, and you're I just don't care if fucking I mean, that's still pretty not racist necessarily. It's just genocidal. It does kind of transcend race, I guess, if you just don't mind the elimination of all Muslims that find some comfort in Sharia law. then yeah, that's a genocidal. It kind of racism is actually a little bit more milquetoast than that. You're doing genocidal rhetoric. You've kind of transcended. You've kind of transcended the minor leagues there. So I think that Asmongold has been going in this direction as long as I've known him. I've been talking about him for flatly a year. And I mean, dude, he's like friends with people who are pro pedophilia. He does a lot of pro pedophilia and fucking anti, like full misogyny talking points. He does the whole like performative cruelty alt-right guy type shit. And yeah, I mean, I would say it. You kind of come off like a piece of shit. And I don't think almost anybody thinks that it's like mean to constantly remind you that you're a grit ball. And like, he came out with a thing a couple weeks ago or whatever. He's like, oh yeah, like, you know, I was thinking about like killing myself and blah, 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 blah. And like the kind of like response is like, well, I don't know, man. Like, was it better that you didn't? Because like all you do is spread like literally genocidal talking points and rhetoric to an audience of millions. I mean, one of your editors is like friends with Nick Fuentes or something like that, or is a Groiper. I've heard that. I don't know if it's true. I hope it's not. But I mean, they're the kind of people that do the racism in quotes kind of thing, like this racist, quote unquote. Oh, come on, man. Come the fuck on, bro. You know, I gotta say, like, yeah, dude, I think it's been a downward slope. I think any other human being, it's not a hard slope for them to start. It's like about a 0.5 degree grade. You know what I mean? All you have to do is exercise the most minor amount of self-control and you'll be able to modulate it. But yeah, I think you're a reactionary is what it is. Like he's done the same thing that people are irritated by motherfuckers on the left for doing, where you just get on and you do reactionary shit. You just literally get performatively upset by the few types of talking points that you get into, and you do that again and again and again with no pretense of fairness or trying to understand what's actually happening. Yeah, I'd fucking hate myself if I did that too, which is why I don't fucking do it. I don't know. I like to take a little bit of credit. Someone said like I made that video about Noah Samson that he saw, where I was like, I don't think you enjoy this. You know what I mean? Like it was that one. It was the tired dildo salesman. Like honestly, if he just changed kind of his content output for a different reason, but it was like, if you don't fucking enjoy it, stop doing it. You know what I mean? Because I think really, unless you're a sick guy, you have to be a really like a fucked up, sick piece of shit person. Doing like anti-life talking points, you know, being like a 24/7 like open misogynist and shit will like make your fucking soul sick. It'll actually fuck you up. Now, if you're like a fucking pedophile, Nazi, like, you know, dimwit, racist fuck, yeah, you could probably live like that. But if you have even like a modicum of brightness in your fucking head, you got to see that like people are like, dude, you fucking hurt people, and that's all you do. Like you bring no joy to anyone but like racists and bigots, and then you hurt people. That shit's got to fucking affect you. You know what I mean? That's got to like sting. And then like when every time you talk to anyone that's outside of like the immediate echo chamber, everyone's just like, dude, you live like shit. You're filth. And all you do is try to hurt people for money and like say fucked up mean shit and destroy companies and stuff. Like what good are you? You know? And like when you fucking say this and then the biggest supporters you get are a bunch of people saying like, yeah, based Asmongold, dude, kill all those muzzy fucks. Oh, dude, a bullet for every single one of them. Get them during prayer time. You know what I mean? Like, what are you supposed? Do you feel like a moment of like bliss at that? If you don't, then it's gonna fucking eat your soul away. You're gonna fucking die. You're gonna die inside, bit by bit by bit. I know some people like to pretend that they're all gonna become like the fucking. Oh no, dude, I'm an enlightened like devil, bro. I don't feel like feelings like people do. Blah blah blah. I'm above it all. I'm about money and fucking watches or whatever the fuck these little alt-right fucks say. I think that shit will just kill you. I think it will like literally rot you from the inside. And like maybe he just finally felt it hitting his soul a little bit more than it hit his body. And it's actually like unnerving. You know what I mean? Wouldn't you be fucking freaked out to fucking think that you have to wake up the next day and the only people that want to hang out with you are fucking Nazis and Nazi pedophiles? Like, holy shit, what a fucking morning, you know?
I've been devolving into this. And a lot of my friends have told me this. My dad has told me this. He said, you've got to chill out. You've got to calm down. I've been like, oh, that old man doesn't know what he's talking about. And I've finally had some level of accountability for that. And thank God. I look back at some of the things that I've said and done over the past 2 years, and I don't think that I've been wrong about everything, obviously, right? But there have been ways that I've...
Someone said, POW, nobody now. He was basically saying... fuck, I lost track of it. He's basically saying both sides bad. He also said cut off Israel entirely. He used extreme wording to say both sides bad. Hate Asmon. I always knew he was a piece of shit right-winger, but I actually don't think he meant to come off as badly as he did in this case. I think, but he did is first off the case, right? Like, but he did is a very important chunk of it. And that comes from being a reactionary. It's the same thing. Hassan says stuff. It literally, him and Hassan talking is like the same two people in the fucking same room. Like two sides of the same fucking coin, unironically. Hassan says the right shit all the fucking time, but in such a psychotic fucking way. And while trying to cater to such a like fucking divorced from reality, like core fan base, that he comes off like a fucking nut. And then you have to like defend him. You know what I mean? Which I don't want people doing. You shouldn't, if I misspeak, I have to correct myself. You know what I mean? Like, if you have to go out there and constantly kind of like, hey man, no, he didn't mean to say this. He meant to say that. He didn't mean to say this. He meant to say that kind of stuff for people. It doesn't really jive for me, especially when you're a public speaker. You know, I think he deserved to get fucking cracked over this because he sounds like he really wants a bunch of people to die. That's kind of the point. And the kind of people that really want to see a bunch of people die agreed with him. The clip that I got, that I shared earlier was on a Twitter page where the guy's just like, fucking Asmongold is based his shit for this. Like, Asmongold's fucking cool for saying, like, we should exterminate these people. I mean, he might have the exact same opinion that I have, which is that this regional conflict is largely overplayed in American politics to the point where it's actually like unacceptable. Like, this should not be as big of a fucking deal as it is on a national stage. And a lot of it's because of people, in my mind, people's sociopathic desire to just say like Israel's right in doing anything that it says. I think we should cut ties with them in a general sense as well. Like, because I think they're fucking genocidal nutbags. But like, you know, when you start saying inferior culture and all that stuff, that comes from, even if he doesn't mean it, he said it first off, but that comes from being a guy who gives visceral hot takes for the reactionary crowd, right? That's how you also get a Hassan that says shit like fucking, that sends a fucking picture of a gun to a sitting congressman. It's this two sides of the same coin. You're just literally so fucking, I hate to say it, but audience captured that it's fucking actually like past the screen and it's in your fucking head. So you can't talk about stuff like a person anymore. You start giving the reaction, right? Like people want to see you react a certain way. They want to see that reactionary content. It's not just react content. Literally, they know what your pre-existent thing is going to be if they set it up the right way, and they want to see you go there. And you get fucking rewarded with, fucking red dots and fucking money, literally like notification dots, red notification dots. And then you're like, fucking, I'll do that. And you do it again and 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 again, never thinking about it. Because usually if there's any sort of controversy, you just wave it off. You say, I don't apologize. And then eventually you do get to a point where you step out further than you can go, which is kind of what he's saying right now. And he might not even care personally that he made the mistake. But yeah, if you keep doing reactionary shit, eventually you have to become a fucking like a Nick Fuentes level character, right? Which is a diminishment. Like you have to basically become a caricature of a person, and you're going to become a caricature of yourself, which is really what Asmongold is turning into. Like literally a caricature of a shut-in racist. Like it's crazy that he lives like this. You know what I mean? But he looks like a fucking Civil War general. fake teeth and all, living in his filth, trying to remember the good old days of racism. And eventually you'll turn into that. Even if he's like, well, I'm not racist. And his fans are like, well, he's not racist. It's like, dude, eventually you're going to be in a position where your reactionary content is going to put you like literally just lock your arm behind your back. And you'll have to start saying the craziest shit. And your entire life will be stolen from you because you've been gobbled up by this fucking audience. Do you know what I mean? And that's what happens to, and I'm not saying this isn't like a right-wing thing. It happens to people on the left all the time. When you're like, why is this guy's fucking content so bad all of a sudden? Like, I was talking about like a Thought Slime like a year ago. I watched this Thought Slime video and he just seemed so pissy and pissed off and mean-spirited and like upset, performatively fucking upset, but like actually upset at how performatively upset he was by this thing that he was talking about. Because I think he got boogered. He got boogered by the algorithm. And just like, it's a bit by bit. It's not like, oh shit, one day, you just decide to do it. It's just, you let that happen again and again and again and again. And it just kind of shears you off in a new direction. Like a bonsai tree being held down by wire.
And ways that I've acted that are indefensible. And I think looking back on it, it's just disgusting. And it's something that when you get lost in the sauce and you get fixated around like listening and reading feedback and, just getting hyper fixated, this is like your entire life, you lose a perspective on reality and you lose a perspective on the world. And I think that perspective was brought into perspective yesterday and the day before when I was making comments like this. And
I think Hassan is a lost cause. Asmongold could be someone reasonable in the future. Also, the way he perceives the world was always sociopathic. He just previously lucked out into mostly pro-social incentives around him. I don't think Hassan will ever have a bad day. I think that's kind of the thing. I think Hassan would like probably go to jail before he had a bad day streaming, and that would probably be even better. I've had the same issue with Cavernacle, who I used to like, but lately he's just sucked himself in the tanky vortex. Dude, I can see I think I know what he's gonna say with his plans moving forward. Probably, if I had to guess, I'm gonna try to address these issues and work on them. These are the problems that I've seen, and as I go forward, I'm trying to move away from this and educate myself and learn and grow. If you said something different, truly different, let me know. Damn it, where's that fucking comment I just saw? I wanted to... Oh yeah, Cavernacle got sucked into the tanky vortex. I feel the same shit too. It's one of the reasons I was like, I'm going to stop talking about fucking Israel-Palestine all the time, right? Because you can't not talk about it right now because like every major creator even, like this is Asmongold talking, it's still fucking IP. Because this whole, it's not because the scale of the conflict itself, it's still not that big. Like, I hate to fucking break it to people, but it's not that fucking big. It's not even the biggest fucking genocide that's happened in the last few years, if I remember correctly. Like, shit goes fucking crazy all the time worldwide. But it has become attached to the, like, inherent morality of political discussions going on. And there happens to be a bunch of people who see it as a sort of, like, a hitch note of being, a greater conversation about anti-Semitism and a greater conversation about anti-Muslim attitudes. And it's just blown itself completely out of proportion. It has way too much fucking sway on our local political system. It has way too much sway on the day-to-day conversations that happen on the internet. I'll say that without fucking reservation. It's just not that important, with all due respect. It's just literally, it is not supposed to be something that is a fucking crux issue in an election of the most powerful nation on earth. It should not have gotten to that point. And if it has, I think it's because of malfeasance on the part of the larger of the two parties involved with it, like kind of without fucking reservation. That said, talking about it, I saw myself almost kind of getting sucked into it too, where I was like, oh, I should start taking sides on this stuff. I'm like, no, I don't give a fuck. Like, wait, hold on. My main thing is, I don't think that people who are uninvolved with this should be spending their every waking moment thinking about it. And I started thinking about it way too fucking much. It's a Gordian knot. You just got to cut it. You got to cut it and roll. Sorry. I don't fucking care to hear you out on this shit. I would just rather not give a fuck. Which is, I think, how a lot of people are getting fucking exhausted hearing about it at all, because it's literally not important to their lives. And I know it's like, oh shit, but I know someone who's dying there. What about this? What about that? No, shut the fuck up. Like, literally take 2 steps. Like, I live in fucking Kentucky. I'm not even on the American coast. How fucking hard it would be for me to get to these regions. Fucking take me like a day of flying. And we have serious issues that are happening here. It's not even an isolationist stance. It's just like, how are conversations about fucking Israel-Palestine more important in local politics right now than the fucking hundreds of people that are dying of our own people that are dying in fucking North Carolina and stuff? You can have a lot of things going side by side, but that this keeps coming up as a crux issue is fucking nuts. And it's getting people exhausted because they are actually living in these problems. You know what I mean? Like, oh, okay, well, it's easy for you to say, well, I mean, but it kind of fucking is. You know? Like, somebody that's got fucked up by Hurricane Helene, you know, if they have to hear you go through talking about something that's happening outside of America and they're dying in America while, like, they're waiting for they're gonna, like, no, can you skip to the most important thing, which is why me being able to drive outside of my community again, kind of stuff. And so I think people in general, and, you know, that's spread out throughout America. People are like, I want to hear about what's going on here. And, you know, if you're not highly into these things, the only thing that you run into when you start talking about them is everyone's fucking lying all the time, and they get really fucking upset. And also, if you get even closer than that, it starts feeling like you have to start picking a side and, like, rehashing your entire personality to be about being on one or the other side of this thing. When it's like, what do you mean side? Like, how can I even be on? I can't even be on a fucking side. I'm not any of these people. You know what I mean? I'm none of these people are demographically or geographically. I have no connection whatsoever to the region, to the people, to the fucking conflict, other than my stupid fucking government has been giving an insane amount of fucking money and influence to one half of the side for forever. And if I just cut that out, then I can stop fucking caring. You know what I mean? Because it literally apply mask to your own face first. Like, it's not even isolationist at this point. It's just like, dude, I live in fucking Kentucky. I don't know how to say this again. We got issues here. The next time it fucking floods, it might just destroy the entire eastern side of my state. I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck about you guys. It's a fucking 6,000 year long conflict. I don't care about peace in the Middle East. It's got nothing to do with me. It seems like us being involved only makes it fucking worse. So we should just reduce that. But, like, yeah, the fucking, like, the tanky reactionary take to it, where I'm just like I almost thought myself, like, oh shit, you know, like, this missile strike got through or something. Like, I don't know, should I, like, I'm like, well, I don't fucking, what? No, I don't feel anything about this. I don't know where that place is. I don't fucking care. Shit's stupid. Stop committing war crimes. Stop killing kids. Stop doing terrorism. Y'all are not going to stop doing that? Okay, then I need to fucking take a step back, because I don't want to be fucking associated with any of y'all. You know what I mean? I would absolutely love to stop caring about this. Yeah, I mean, fucking Jesus Christ. We've always been like this. I'm reading a book right now, and they're having the same conversation, but it's about Vietnam. Heck, Bleak House by Dickens has a character who's not interested in the suffering of her family, but is concerned with the suffering all across the world. Yeah, I think, like, at a certain point, and this isn't kind of Asmongold anymore, but, like, this goes to, like, the greater X conversation I was having before, Mask Off Mondays. I think it's getting, like, to a real fever pitch, and I don't think it's a natural thing at all. I think it's artificially created. I think it's legitimately, I believe that fucking Elon Musk is actively trying to embitter Americans against each other, and probably permitting foreign actors to do whatever the fuck they want to do that too, because there's no way in fucking hell that Asmongold has strong opinions about shit like this. You know what I mean? Like, he's picking this stuff up because, like, literally fucking the powers that be in the algorithm are just mushing fucking political concepts against each other and saying kiss. And I think that they're trying to turn X into Pol, like literally, for like in the worst possible way. I don't follow Elon Musk, and every day all I see is Elon Musk is the best guy ever. Elon Musk wants Donald Trump to be president, and Elon Musk's fucking doing really good at shit. I'm like, dude, this is fucking like legitimately actually the fucking manufactured consent shit. Like they're doing actual manufactured consent on X right now. He is doing what he accuses the mainstream media of. And then I had like another flip moment. I went, oh, it's just goddamn Citizen Kane. Elon Musk is just doing Citizen Kane, except for instead of running for president, he's supporting the person that's running for president. And I guess he's too much of a fucking maroon to ever have a moment where he's gonna have like a rosebud. Like it's just a guy that bought the fucking press of the day and is trying to turn it into his own personal fucking masturbation rag. Stupid as shit.
Hope you enjoyed your